On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Line gets set, first down. The give to the left. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Inside the 35. Afterburner's coming. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Tigers. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. power football with the run. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The hand to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Got enough for the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Now on the move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Notre Dame right back to the line. They'll run the toss. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they aren't. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Irish! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he added the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Unleashes it. Got it in the middle. It's Costa. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare me.
On the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work.
Lasso, Lion. Lasso.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Absolute shank. Missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Quarterback keeper. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
At the 4-yard line. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll ride the hot hand. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? This is a designed run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. Looks as if he's going to run it. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Sure, they could take the lead with a short field goal here, but this close to the end zone, you want to try to score a touchdown. That's what they'll do on 4th. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's a bit of an interesting choice. You could break the tie with the field goal, but worst case scenario, you don't convert on 4th down, they're backed up in their own end. He is denied, stopped just short of the goal line, pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. And it's slipped out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays. And when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Brings up 2nd down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the field goal unit is on the field. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by a field goal over the Sharks. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding them to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that, too, because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires it. Complete downfield. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll send out the kicker here. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. The field goal is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Notre Dame 10, LSU 7.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Pressure coming. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this 2nd half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the 2nd half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. Still on his feet at the 45. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. They'll try the left side. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
They believe they can run right here. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On the move. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. They're going to ride this running back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll take it himself. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. A run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lets it fly. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Gain of 1. Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 17, LSU 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, I should have ran a better route.
Fast motion from the offense. Give to the running back. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's looking deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Quarterback checking off. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
And he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into the season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Williams. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Notre Dame right back to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Dances away from the heat. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Using his feet, And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll give it to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Toss sweep to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's going up top here late in the game. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with a loss.
Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. Notre Dame lines up quickly. right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Unloads to the right. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.